So greetings from Pennsylvania once again on this beautiful February day, February 11th. Got something a little bit different today, something pretty interesting. An Indian mound. Pennsylvania isn't necessarily known for its Native American Indian mounds, but there is one right here in Juniata County, Pennsylvania. There are some located elsewhere in the state. We might get to filming those someday as well, but this one has been on my radar for quite some time. I'm in the area filming a number of other things, so we're gonna go check it out. It does have a story to it, a bit of a tragic story. As with a lot of history, that's the way things go. There used to be much more here than what there is today, but time, vandalism, and just neglect have taken its toll on this location, but it's still here, still preserved. Let's go check it out. It's called the Book Indian Mound. Looking forward just to checking it out. So right down there it is, in the middle of this field. Of course, this road is fittingly called Indian Mound Road, and down that way is actually Route 75 here in Juniata County, not too far from the village of Academia, because we were just filming at the Academia covered bridge, the longest remaining covered bridge in Pennsylvania. So this is nearby, so if you visit one, come and visit the other. I'll throw a map up too showing exactly where this is. I should mention too that this is private property, so just because this is here doesn't mean you can go wandering around in the fields and stuff looking for artifacts and whatnot. Because they're pretty sure there was a village here as well, probably north of the town, north of the mound, up in this area. Because they have done a number of digs here, some professional and some not so professional, which has resulted in this being damaged in many ways. There you go, that's a cool shot. Books Indian Mound. Let me get a picture of that actually. And you might be looking at this and saying, I don't see a mound. Well, there is a bit of a mound in there. It used to be much more. Some of the records vary. Some older records say the mound used to be over 15 feet high. Some say it was only 12 feet high. Some say it covered like 1/8 of an acre. Some say only like 100 square feet. But one of the things that happened to it was that you can see it's surrounded by a field. A lot of this mound over the decades and centuries of farming here, it was just incorporated into the field. They used it, they just kind of plowed it. So there's probably a lot more along the edges and stuff, but just got plowed into field or removed. And thus this is all that's left today. There is a little bit of a mound here. They did find a number of things in here. This is a burial mound. Books Indian Mound. Here lie the remains of 26 Indians excavated in 1929. I don't know if the skeletons are still here. I'm not sure about that. I know I did read that they found like 22 skulls at one point when they were digging. But yeah, 1929 was when the professional dig occurred here. There were some rather unprofessional digs that happened here as well. I did read that throughout the 1800s, individuals would come here and dig and find relics and take them home. And of course, in the process of that, the mound was just kept getting lower and lower. Probably the dirt that they dug out probably just got thrown into these fields. Of course, they found all kinds of relics, pottery, stone points, like I said, a number of skeletons and skulls. I think in the 20s, before 1929, but in the 20s, I think a group of students, college students, I think came and dug here as well. Not necessarily the most professional dig either, I don't think, but I feel like I remember reading somewhere that some of the stuff that they found is lost now. They don't know where it is. So that's kind of a shame too. Yeah. But interesting spot. So there's probably a village here too, like I said, probably just behind me up in these fields. They associate this mound with what's known as the Shanks Ferry people. I think like an Algonquin group of Indians. There's different families of Indians, you can think of it that way. So they find all kinds of stuff. Let me switch hands here. They find all kinds of stuff in these fields. But as I said before, that doesn't mean you have permission to come here and walk around the fields and look for stuff, or to even dig here. This place is under surveillance. They've had vandalism occur here in the past, obviously. People are always, looking for stuff to take home. Just keep that in mind. Even though this mound is here and the site is here, it's not an open invitation to come looking for stuff, if you know what I mean. But I like the way the site looks. This big, huge oak tree, like growing right in the middle of the mound. So the center necessarily wasn't ever plowed over, but just the edges of it. In some ways, it's a miracle that this has even been preserved itself. Just to see how much it has been, degraded over time. Yeah, I know there's other mounds. There's one out in Western PA. What's it called? McKee's Mound? I think that one's been like completely destroyed over time. There's nothing left. But they found a lot of interesting stuff in there, but just absolutely nothing left of that one. Yeah, pretty fascinating site back there. Yeah, Pennsylvania isn't necessarily the place you think of when you think of Indian mounds. You think of places in the Ohio Valley, like Serpent Mound, just going all down to Mississippi. They call it what they call the Mound Builder Society. Huge mounds. Like out near St. Louis, you have the largest earthen pyramid. The largest earthen pyramid in the world is located just outside of St. Louis. What's it called? Cahoyaka. Pretty interesting, fascinating spot. Tons of Indian mounds. A lot of those have suffered a lot of vandalism and degradation over the years as well. It's kind of unfortunate. Similar fate to this one, but some of them have been preserved. So that's cool. All right, like I say, you can come check this out yourself. You can pull off on the side of the road, and there's a trail that comes down here. But just remember, it is private property though. Just one last look at this spot. It is a quaint little spot, I would say. I like how it's all set up. But it's a piece of our history that often isn't talked about anymore. I mean, I never heard about this site until I was just doing some random research about Indians in Pennsylvania, and I came across a reference to this spot. As always, thanks for coming along and watching. Visit this site if you can. Like I said, you can visit the longest covered bridge in Pennsylvania just to the east of here, and then come visit this site. Pretty awesome. All right, I'm gonna keep on filming today. Like I said, it's a beautiful day. I'm trying to get a lot of filming in today. Just been a cold winter, and have a day like this is just great. Yeah, the book Indian Mound, pretty awesome spot. All right, thanks for coming along, and I'll see you on the next one.